before we get to that, and I'm so happy that things worked out how you wanted to, but I know when you had your first miscarriage
Mm,
that you had to suppress those emotions,
yeah.
right? You're in the middle of a book tour, you're feeling it, but you can't be in it. You
Yeah.
have to put on a face and really you just probably just wanted to break down and have some time. And
Yeah.
I know when you came off the book tour, you said you went into a dark place because you had to allow the feelings to come.
Yeah.
You had to process it.
Mm.
I'm interested to know how you processed those emotions, and as a couple, how did Indy process those emotions? Because miscarriages are difficult for both partners, but we don't always hear from the father's side.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how does a man feel about it? Because in that moment, we feel totally helpless.
Yeah.
We can't feel the physical pain. We
Yeah.
can't fully understand what your body's going through, and we want to support you, but we're also dealing with loss.
Yeah.
So talk to me about that time.
Yeah. And it can be really incredibly hard for the partner. And you're right. There doesn't seem to be much of a support system on how to deal with it from the partner's side. Obviously, I had to deal with emotionally how I was feeling, and I had bottled it in for a couple of months. And by that point, I just let it all out. I was in kind of a dark space for a little bit of time, and thankfully, I at this stage have built this toolkit of what does support me in those dark times, whether it's writing, whether it's talking therapies. I've done every therapy under the sun. I've done cognitive behavior therapy, light therapy. I kind of turned to some of those things that I knew were going to help me, especially writing. And I wrote lots of poems during that time too. But for our partners, or for the father, um, or for the husband, or whoever it might be, there isn't really a clear way on how to navigate that, because you're absolutely right. They're trying to support the the woman that has gone through that miscarriage. They're also trying to process the loss themselves. And I don't think he fully ever spoke about it at
Mm.
that time. We've spoken about it since, but when we're going through it, I don't think he had the space to really let out those emotions. His outlet has always been the gym, and that is his form of meditation. That's always been his form of mental health support. And I never got that at first. And this is where sometimes we would butt heads, because I never understood that was actually what he needed. And I would complain. I would be that partner complaining, oh, you're always at the gym, or why you gotta go every night, or why can't you just stay with me? And I didn't understand the importance of it for him for a long time in the early years of our relationship. It's only more recently that I understood that actually, no, that's your form of mental health support, and I need to be supportive of that. Obviously, there needs to be balance of it can't be all the time,
Yeah.
because other commitments, just like I can't always be doing my forms of mental health support either. There's balance in everything. But when he needs it, I need to make sure I'm supporting that he's got the time to do that, and giving him the time to do that and the capacity to do it. Because that is his form of meditation. He describes it of even when he's doing reps, he is counting and breathing in the same way as I would do breathing exercises, or I would do mindfulness meditation. That is his form of doing it. So during that time, I think that was his outlet, and it continues to be till this day. That sometimes I'm like, I can see he's a bit worked up, or he's bottling a bit in. Go to the gym. Go to the gym for an hour, 2 hours. And then when he comes back, I can see he's feeling a lot better. And then he's also more open to talking about it too.
Mm.
Because in a way, he's kind of physically released whatever he's kind of needed to. And then he's actually then more open to speaking about it after that. So it's interesting. We've learnt that only recently, even though we've been together for almost 10 years now. That's something we've only really learnt about each other in recent years.
How did you um come to that understanding? Because was it just conversations? Because this is a problem that happens a lot, right?
Yeah.
Uh, we think that when a man does something with his friends, or he has to do something for himself,
Yeah.
that he's being selfish.
Yeah.
But we don't have the same conversations women do.
Yeah.
If we go to the pub,
Mhm.
is very surface level.
Yeah.
If you go to a football match, it's again very surface level.
Yeah.
Men need to have more conversations, hence why we're building what we're building.
Yeah.
But a part of the process of that is actually having that time, even if it's time alone, just to allow thoughts to come
Mm.
and understand them.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact when I train, stuff that I'm thinking about will suddenly make sense.
Mm.
It's a rush of hormones, chemicals, everything.
Yeah.
Life just feels a little bit clearer.
Yeah.
And I think a healthy partnership is one where the partner can understand that time alone doesn't mean time away
Yeah.
from them.
Yes. And that's something I had to wrap my head around. And I think that was more a reflection of me than it was of
Mm.
him. That was my own insecurities. That was my own anxieties. That was me putting past relationship baggage on him. And I think that's where a lot of it was coming from and why I couldn't understand it or why I would resent it a little bit. Because I should have been dealing with my own shit,
Mm.
really.
Mm.
I've never admitted that. I've admitted that to him. I haven't admitted that openly. Because who wants to admit that about themselves, right? Who wants to admit the fact that actually, no, that was me being shit. And that was me being insecure. And that was me being anxious. That was me being too codependent. That I always needed you and I needed you with me all the time to feel confident and secure. I've moved past that now. I think definitely becoming a mum has changed that a lot in me as
How?
well. I've got a whole different level of confidence in myself since becoming a mum. You give less of a shit about things when you become a parent because you've now got these humans who are depending on you for everything that a lot of the other stuff that you were worried about before just isn't as important anymore or just doesn't seem as big of a deal anymore. Or you care less about other people's opinions. I'm better at saying no to things now. I've always been someone that is a people pleaser. I've always been the person who's yes, yes to everyone and everything, especially when it comes to family and friends. Even if that would inconvenience myself, I would just kind of go out of my way and always say yes to everything. Even professionally, I've always taken on too much and said yes to everything to please other people, but also because I feel like I need to for validation. But now having kids, I'm like, because they are my first priority and my top priority, anything outside of that, that would, I'll say it in Punjabi because I can describe it better in Punjabi. Anything that will tung them,
Yeah. Annoy them.
annoy them,
Yeah.
the direct translation,
Yeah.
annoy them, um, I will think twice about and be like, no, I'm actually not going to do that, or that could be put aside, or I can do that later because their needs come first. And I think that helped me deal with a lot of those other insecurities as well in our relationship because I kind of reassessed everything for myself.